He has sold over 70 million records. I read somewhere that the only other person that sold more records than him on RCA was Elvis Presley. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Charley Pride. So you were born in Mississippi.
Yeah, I sure was.
And how many brothers and sisters?
It was 8 boys and 3 girls.
Oh my gosh, you're just like Dad. You guys back then, I mean, there was 12 in Dad's family. You guys pretty much have a similar upbringing.
Yeah.
You picked cotton, didn't you? Dad picked cotton?
I did, and I don't ever want to do it again.
Oh, I know. Did you ever do tomato harvest?
No, we did peanuts. We pulled the peanuts out, and then the corn and
right,
and sweet potatoes. We turned them on and all that.
So now you started playing the guitar at 14, right?
Yeah, I got silver tone from Sears Roebuck.
Just like Dad got a Sears and Roebuck guitar.
Did he? Yeah, we done.
Yeah, I think he started his at 4 years old.
Now, She's birthday was April 23rd, I believe.
April 22nd.
22nd. Well, I was close.
36.
I was close. I got him by 2 years, I think.
So at 14, you started playing the guitar, but your love was you wanted to play professional baseball. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. That's where I was going to do it. I was going to do it just sure as I tell you, I was going to do it. Most of my experience was spent in the old Negro League. Same league that Willie Mays and Ernie Banks. And
was the Memphis Red Sox your first team that you played with?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the first team I played for. Then I played with they sold they sold me and a buddy of mine to the Birmingham Black Barons. They had to buy a bus, so.
And why did they sell you?
Well, they needed money to get a bus so they could travel and play with all the rest of the league. It wasn't about 6 of us, and it was down to about 6 clubs at that time.
Right.
And so they sold me and the other guy to Birmingham to get a bus.
So how old were you then?
I was about 19.
Wow. Did you get drafted into the Army?
Oh, the Army, yeah.
Yeah.
56.
Yeah, that's when I was born.
Well, see, you older than me, see.
Now that's when you married Rosine too, isn't it?
Yeah. Did what?
You guys have been married 64 years?
Will be.
Wow, that's incredible. I don't think I've ever. I mean, that's oh my gosh, that's huge.
She put up with me. She put up with me all that time.
Oh yeah.
It was good.
So now we went in the Army, and you got stationed in Colorado Springs.
Oh,
but actually, no, outside, wasn't it? Fort Carson, isn't that outside?
Huh?
Where you were stationed at Fort Carson, isn't that outside of Colorado?
That's why I got out. I went in at Fort Chaffee, Arkansas.
Right.
Yeah, me and Elvis had the same local board.
Oh wow! Yeah. Oh my gosh!
They drafted me like this year, and they gave him a deferment because I think he was recording "Love Me Tender."
Okay.
And they gave him the deferment to finish that movie, I believe. They had a hill there called Ballbuster Hill, and boy, it was. He put all your pack and everything, and
right.
I made it. I had my own squad in 2 weeks. I was kind of gung ho, you know.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And you also played ball too, didn't you? There.
Yeah, that's where we won. We won all Army Sports Championship in Fort Knox, Kentucky. You have to understand that I segued out of baseball into singing. I mean, and we keep talking here and things that your dad and I did. And we played golf together, and
I know. It's just that all just.
I think they got him and I doing. I play it back a lot of time. Him and I doing El Paso on cell phone. YouTube. We're on YouTube doing El Paso. Yeah. In fact, we got it. They got us on. It depends on which one I'm watching. We got the one I liked the most was the one we did in and Bing Crosby's wife's tournament out in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, I have that picture. So now you were in Helena playing with the Smelterites, and then you went and tried out for the Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, in 19. See, they was the first one that they started to expand the major leagues. They started expanding the teams, and for the American League, the Angels were the first one that expanded in the American League. Okay. So I sent all of my clippings and everything that I was telling you about playing against the Willie Mays All-Stars.
Right.
And they let me come out and take a look at me, and I tried to. I was going to try to make it. I got to try to make it.
Right. And, that was your dream.
And I hurt my arm in Modesto, California. Anyway, I tried to do it too well. And I got so sore, my arm couldn't hardly pick it up.
Wow.
So
did you meet with Gene Autry, the owner, then?
Well, what happened is that Mr. Autry was out. They were taking spring training, Debbie. They were taking spring training at Palm Springs at that time.
Oh, okay.
He was out on the porch.
Right.
That's the hotel at Palm Springs, the hotel where we were staying. And he was eating a hamburger, and I walked over and said, Mr. Autry, don't let him send me. I'm going to be okay. He turned around and looked up at me. He says, well, I own the team, but I don't run it. He says, you got to talk to Bill Rigney. Bill Rigney runs the team.
Right.
So Marv Grissom was the pitching coach. So he came up to me. He says, Charley, you don't have a major league arm. So I'm going to have to let you go home. So they sent me packing with a tuna fish sandwich and an orange back to Montana.
Oh my gosh.
So you don't forget those kind of things. Red Savine and Red Foley came there to play, and the DJ told me, I went to the show in Helena, and he said, I'm going to give you a signal at intermission, you to come backstage. Now, if he gave the signal, I must have missed it, so I just got up and went on backstage. And the promoter, I started singing with the group, and all of the players, and I was playing the guitar at that time. I was playing the straight open bar chords, you remember the song, not Jimmy Rogers from Mississippi, but Jimmy Rogers that had Honeycomb. Oh, yeah. Well, he played his, he chorded his with his thumb. I did mine with the two fingers.
Right.
So I went back and I got backstage and I started singing it. So the promoter came in. He said, "You like to do a song or two on the? Would you like to do a song on the show?" I said, "I just asked." Yeah.
Of course.
I did. I think Heartaches by the Numbers and one of Elvis. I don't know which one of Elvis.
Right.
So Red Savine and Red Foley looked at one another and said, "I ain't never seen nothing like this. You ought to go to Nashville." So that's where that all came about. And I was standing there. He said, I told him about Red Savine told me to come by, and then I said, "That Mr. Will Pierce? Can I meet him?" He said, "Yes." So I met him. So he got up and he said, "Mr. Pierce." Yeah. I said, "Listen, you supposed to have been up in Montana last year." He said, "Yeah. Red Foley filled in for me." I said, "That's right." I said, "But the DJ said had it set up for me to sing for you." He grabbed his chin. He said, "Well, son, I do my own singing." That's very weird. But I said, "No, I'm not going to audition for it."
Right.
I said, "I sing country music." "Oh, get this boy guitar and put him down." So put me downstairs. In comes Jack Johnson. And that had asked this guy if when he coming downstairs, he said, "You Obray's boy?" I said, "Who is Obray?" Well, he noticed Obray hadn't sent me out.
Right. Oh, how funny.
So he said, "I hear you sing country music." I said, "Yeah." So I did, I think the same two songs I did on the the same two songs I did on the show up there.
Right.
In Helen.
They recorded them? They recorded them? Is those the ones they recorded?
No. No, they wouldn't record.
You just auditioned with those songs.
Hmm?
You just auditioned with those songs for Jack Johnson.
Yeah, right. I did the same song, but it wasn't recorded.
Okay.
So I did the two songs. Jack Johnson was the public relations director for Cedarwood at that time. So I did the two songs. He said, "Now, sing in your natural voice now." That's what Jack Johnson said. I said, "What do you mean, my natural voice?" I said, "It is my natural voice." So sing another one. So I did. He said, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm born and raised in Sledge, Mississippi, right below Memphis." "Well, how do they take you up there when you?" I was singing in nightclub. It's about the way you're doing right now when they first see me. So he said, "Well, I think I can do something for you." I told that to somebody. He said, "Oh, he thinks he can do something for you."
Right.
That's what he said. But anyway, I was going to go what I was going to do. So he had coming back from the Mets, and I had sent 6 of my bats down there, and Hank Fisher, one of the pitchers, opened it up and broke one of them. And I wonder if he's still living there, but I found out. So he said, okay. So I was going to let everybody in, because I was on vacation, you see. I was going to let everybody in Nashville hear me, everybody. So what happened, Jack, and I think Jack, and it's Crutchfield.
Right, Jerry Crutchfield?
Jerry. It's 2 brothers. But
Jan, I didn't even know that. Jan. I thought Jan was a girl, but I didn't even know.
No, Jerry. I think it was Jerry.
It's Jerry and Jan. Yeah.
One of the Crutchfields. How's that?
Right.
So they took me to the bus station, and they didn't let me see nobody else. Jack says, "You'll hear from me within 2 to 4 weeks." And I had two brothers and a sister living in Denver, so I still had about another week to go on my vacation. I just go by and visit with them and then go on in.
So Jack scooted you out of Nashville, huh?
Oh, put me on that bus and got me out of there. And so.
But did you record songs for him? You did.
No.
You didn't record anything. He just said he was going to try and see what he could do.
I did just 2 songs downstairs with him.
Right.
And but he didn't want nobody else to hear me.
Oh, gotcha.
See? Right. And so, like I say, him and Crutchfield took me to the bus station.
Right.
And I got to Denver and I stayed with him a while. But you remember, he said how you would hear from me. You would hear from me 2 to 4 weeks. You'd hear from me.
Right.
I got home, I stayed about 2 or 3 days with my brother and sister. I got home, the contract was there.
Oh my goodness! Wow. So did he become your manager?
Yeah, that's where it happened.
Okay. Wow.
But see, I would write back and I'd write Red Savine. I said, "This guy got me a contract here. He wants 75. He wants 25% of everything I got." I said, "I don't know." He said, "Well, Charley," he says, "How much you making now?" I said, "Well, about $5,000 a year." He said, "Well, I ain't trying to tell you what to do." And he said, "But what would it feel like if you had about 75,000 or 100,000 next year?" I said,
So you signed it for 25%?
Huh?
You got 25%?
I kept it a whole month or more.
Right. And
I'd call back and tell him, but first of all, Red says, "You don't need no manager." He said, "Oh, wait a minute." So yes, you will. So I go out and make my 35, 40,000 a year and come on back home. But you're gonna need a manager.
Right.
That's what Savine said. So And so I went to Tiny Stokes, the one that told me to watch for the signal.
The DJ.
The DJ that was going to bring me backstage.
Right.
He like a month goes by. He said, "Well, I'll do something with that car."
Right.
So I called Red Savine again. I was painting my little old stucco house. We had a first home was $7,500.
Wow.
But anyway, he said, so I went on and signed it. And
how long was the contract for?
5 years with an option, 1-year option. Then after the second one, I said, look, because I said, I didn't like the first one in the beginning. I said, so I tell you what I'll do. I said, why don't I said, you take 20, I'll take 7. Let's give Daddy 5 of it, my dad.
Right.
I'm not greedy or nothing, but I just think he thought she'd get, he wanted to do it like Elvis, him and the Colonel. I said, well, I ain't Elvis and you ain't the Colonel.
That's when you kind of started singing around?
Yeah, it kind of segued on in there then. I cut my first record. So see, I went back and I was given 7 songs to work up. So I got them worked up, but he said, so Jack Clement says, well, work them up and send them back. No, I was only 75 miles away, so I took them back.
Right.
So I went to his office upstairs and started singing the song. I used to remember all 7 of them, but I don't remember all 7.
But you only cut 2, right?
Yeah. Out of the 7, yeah.
Yeah. The Snakes Crawl at Night and Atlantic Coastal
Line and no, I cut Just Between You and Me too.
Oh, okay, all right.
But the first, I only cut the 2 though,
right?
Because I went back and they said bring the song back. I went back, and so Jack told me to sit there and sing while he played the guitar. I think he did the same thing as he had never met me. See, so when Jack Johnson says, sing, now singing your natural voice. He didn't say that, but he just sang something. Anyway.